guys, this is Golden Playhouse here, and welcome to a newer format of videos I'm going to be doing. And this is going to be the setup, of course. I had to comb my hair, but it looks a bit kind of crazy looking, I know. And it's funny how I'm doing this with a Superman shirt on. I don't know why, okay, alright. But yeah, that's gonna be our setup. We got the Metalocalypse poster over there. Got that Yakuza poster over there. Yeah, that's a good setup. This is where usually our setup will be. And I'll be in my chair, and this is the desk that you all are on right now. And this is where we're gonna do videos and some comic, and when I do my reviews on comics and what I think. Because I like to talk about comics, and this is good format for reviewing. And yes, the camera will be a bit oldish, because it is like an older phone, and I forgot to tell you this back then. So one day we will get a new camera, but for now this is the best we can do. So yeah. So today we'll be talking about Batman Year One. Now, if you don't know, Batman Year One is the origin of Batman. This was not the first comic of Batman, but this is about his first year. This is basically the one that's canon to any version of Batman. No matter what they do in a reboot like New 52, this is still canon to the origin of Batman, and it's a great story. It's a great story, really. So I would recommend you. This is like a must-have for people, but I'll talk about the comic. All right. So let's start off with the writer, Frank Miller. This is before Frank Miller became a bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs before he became that. And David Mazzucchelli. Sorry if I got that, Rick. Well, I got that wrong. And with Richmond Lewis. This is a comic, basically, and so I'm going to give you a bit of the story. So the story is about a younger Bruce Wayne who just came back is going back to Gotham, and at the same time, Jim Gordon is now a police officer and is moving to Gotham City. And what we see is basically we see parts of Bruce Wayne, and we see stories with Jim Gordon. And then we also have Selina Kyle, and that will be important. And so we focus on these three characters. We focus on these three, alright? And now, I want to talk a bit about Bruce Wayne, okay? I don't know much of what he says, because I'm going to be honest with you. See, I am in the modern age group, okay? So I'm literally not going to say I know cursive, okay? I know how to write my name in cursive, alright? But I don't know how to do cursive. I know how to read a bit of cursive, but not all of it. So I can't give you all the good details, alright? Because of the government, and yeah, I'm not going to get into all that. We're not getting too political, alright? So basically, we see the origin of Batman. We see him talking about the origin of his reasoning of becoming Batman, his parents, and we see him just reflecting on memories from his training before he came back to Gotham City. We see Alfred, and and then we see a cool shot which I can show on screen right now, and that is the glass shattering bat scene. The glass shattering the bat, it looks so awesome. And the thing I like about this Batman Bruce Wayne story, you know Bruce Wayne is Batman, but Batman in this story is in the shadows. He's at nighttime, and we see the artwork, and he doesn't say much. He just beats up criminals, and we see his inner thoughts, but we see him quiet. He beats up criminals, he's quiet, he's silent, he hides in the dark. It's amazing. I like it. And the suit for Batman is just amazing. It's beautiful. It's great even. It's just the perfect costume for an early year Batman. And it's still a great costume to this day. It's got a mix of the Detective Comics look and the more modern look of Batman. It's the mix of both in a way, and it looks so great. It looks amazing. Alright, now that's all I'm going to talk about Bruce Wayne and his story and what I think about Batman. Now we're moving on to a lot of the juicy stuff. Getting into the juicy stuff now, alright? Jim Gordon, alright, and what I think about his story. This is where we get to know a bit about his first years before becoming a chief. This is when he's basically before he becomes the commissioner. This is when he's Chief Gordon. This is, oh god, freaking getting mixed up now. So this is when before he becomes either a chief, a higher ranking. See him having a corrupt boss who runs Gotham and how corrupt the police is, and we have this douchebag who is named Jeff, and he's a douchebag, and he's basically your normal police officer, your daily average police officer that's not a good person. He basically will beat up people. He will basically do his own corrupt ways of justice, and he will also talk about your pregnant wife. In very disgusting freaking ways. That's why he's the worst character, just for that reason. And it was definitely a great moment to see Jim Gordon beat the absolute shit out of him. It's amazing. It was great even. So yeah. And we see this as his story, and there's a lot of layers into that story, but we see at the end of the day, he doesn't like to be a police officer. He doesn't like using a gun, and then we see him a bit hate Batman in the beginning, in a lot of the beginning part of the story, but over time, becomes partners with Batman, and we see him at the same time while this is all going on with the hunt to find Batman. We see him basically trying to not have the corrupt system, trying to beat the system and basically get every corrupt person out of here, out of Gotham. Same way how Bruce is trying to stop crime and trying to fix the police, which is good. Because like I said, police is not, there's a lot of good police officers, but a lot of them are also bad. There's a lot of bad police officers. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. And as well as this focus on Gotham City, there's a lot of bad things in Gotham City. There's crime bosses, shooting, killing, a lot of the time. A lot of mobs, a lot of stuff happens, and a lot of hookers. And I think we all know what we're getting to yet. So now let's get into Selina Kyle. Selina Kyle as well has a very another good part of the story. Doesn't focus on her much, but basically we see her basically in a fight with Bruce Wayne in disguise after. Oh god, I'm not gonna get to that part, but yeah, basically they fight, and she then basically after that quits her job as a cooker, and basically now lives in an apartment and then becomes Catwoman. And then the final parts of the story, we see her in a Catwoman costume and see Batman and Catwoman meet for the first time. Yeah. And then then becomes the last final two parts of the story. And I might I can hopefully maybe show you a clip, but I'm going to show you a clip from the animated movie of Batman Year One, which, if you don't want to read Batman Year One, if you don't want to read this great story, you don't gotta read it. There's an animated film right there. You can go watch it, rent it, buy it, watch it on Max. You can do all that. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I'm just saying this. You can just watch it, all right? It's a great movie. It stays true to the comic. It's great. The art style is amazing. It's made by Dwayne McDuffie, rest in peace. It's a very good movie. Very good movie. Alright. So now I'm gonna talk about my two favorite parts, which I'm gonna show a clip right now for my favorite Batman moment in the story. And yeah, and now you will see the clip.
You can never escape me. Nothing harms me, but I know pain. I know pain. Sometimes I share it with someone like you.
And that was great. Yeah, so now that you've seen that clip, I'm now going to tell you about another great part of this comic, which is the final part. And the final part is a great part of the story. So, we see the police and that douchebag Jeff kidnapping his family, and Jim Gordon doing something about it. And also at the same time we see Bruce Wayne in disguise trying to help Jim Gordon. And then he does help him, and there's a lot of bad things that happen in that story. I'm not going to get into the little details, but that was a really great moment and my favorite part of the comic. I won't spoil that part really that much. But yeah, and I like it. It's a great story, great character, great development for the characters, great storyline, great artwork, very good artwork. I love the artwork in this comic. It's really great. And even though I can't really read cursive about Bruce Wayne, I love the style of it. I love the style of what they did for Bruce Wayne. Great. It's just amazing. It's a great origin for Batman. It's a great story. If you have not read this, go pick this up. You're doing yourself a disservice for not reading this or watching this. This is a great Batman story and a great movie adaptation of this story. So, my thoughts on this is it's definitely becoming one of my favorite Batman stories. I like the artwork, I like the story, I like the characters, the setting of the story, and how it focuses on their younger years. And its story. I like how it's not about the main villains besides Catwoman, but even Catwoman's not really a villain. It focuses on Gotham City and its crime bosses and everything like that. It's a great story. Go read it or watch it. Thank you all for watching the video. We'll be back to talk about more comics. Sometime we might talk about a comic that's another one of my favorites. It's in my top. I'm probably going to be doing a top 10, but for now it's a top 5. It's in my top 5 comics of all time. And I'll see you guys next time I talk about that.